It's Monday the 7th of June. Welcome back to another walk and talk update where I'll be updating you on birthdays, training and wildlife. Yes, that's right guys. It's going to be another spectacular walk and talk video. So let's go. Oh yes, welcome back guys as I'm walking down towards the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. Update, what a week it has been. And yes, the first update, birthday update, I've got to give a big thank you. In fact, maybe in a song from a musical down in West End London. Thank you very much, thank you very much, it's the nicest thing that anyone ever done for me. Yeah, do you like that? Maybe I should be auditioning for the West End, huh? New career. Anyway, you got to take things lightly. Yes, thank you all very much for the wonderful birthday messages, comments, both here on the YouTubes and other social media platforms. I was absolutely overwhelmed by the kindness and generosity from you all. It's fantastic. So yeah, Monday the 7th of June, it's morning time. It's already 18 degrees Celsius here, so I'm 60 years and 1 week old. Yeah, and it's been quite a week, the past week. And yeah, but the training continues. Yeah, the training continues. I'll give you more an update on that training as we go along on this little walk. Welcome back, canal side. Yes, here on the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. Such a beautiful part of the world, and with weather like this, what more can you want? Anyway, yes, the training, wow. As I was updating my whiteboard for this week's training, it's now week 20. I've completed 20 weeks of training and I'm now commencing week 6. Sorry, get me numbers. I've completed 20 weeks and I've got 6 weeks left to race day. So yesterday will be 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks yesterday will be race day. IronMan 70.3 Stafford. And I simply can't wait. And the past week's training has been pretty intense. You would have seen the 5k time trial that I'd done. And thanks again for the comments on that and views. I really appreciate that. The training's been pretty intense, and as I may have mentioned, sometimes we have some shizzle, shall we call it. It's life, yeah. We have ups and downs, things get thrown at us, and literally towards the end of that previous week I had some not so good news, and you know, these things happen. You can't really plan for them or whatever. It's how we respond, react, and it caused me not to have that good a day on the Friday, and then the Friday night I didn't really get much sleep. So that Saturday, coming up to that 5k TT, mentally I just wasn't there at all, and even physically, as I may have mentioned, that I had to have a number 2, even though I had the old number 2s, you know, too much detail, but I'd like to be properly transparent and give the full info. Is I always do me number 2's toilets, however, before I go out for any training run. I'm feeling that way, and got that done. But after the warm-up, I'd already done about 5-6k warm-up, which is quite a lot for me as a warm-up, but I needed another toilet visit after that, and I just didn't feel with it at all. And as you probably would have seen from the race splits, yeah, I'm really super pleased with the overall time, but I know deep down I can do so much better, and it's just about getting in the right mindset, frame set. And the thing with a 5k, as with any distance really, if your mind's not on it and the 5k is over so quick, you really have to be on the ball. But the training is going up another level as we are getting more into race specific, race intense, and yeah, we need to be ready. I'm coming up to a family here of Canada geese, and there is a hell of a lot of goslings here. Hell of a lot. Don't know if you can see them there. so I can count as I slightly digress. Obviously you got mama goose, papa goose, and the goslings there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 goslings. Holy caramba. Yes, I have seen some families where there's only maybe 2 or 3, but I guess it's, hey, like life. Yes, getting all philosophical here. The training is getting pretty intense, and I'm finally out. The bike stuff, I'm out in this glorious weather, and I managed to do it was a little over 70k, 72k out on the road, and it felt great. Just in zone 2. For those who follow triathlon training and or any sort of endurance training, especially you know, your half marathons, 70.3 Ironmans, full Ironman, is most of the training is the old 80%, 80-20. So yes, I'll do some fresh old intervals on the turbo trainer on the bike, but when I'm out on the roads, zone 2 at most, sometimes even just zone 1, and just cruising, getting the distance in, getting the body used to burning certain energies and stuff. And that's what the training is mainly about. I know this week I've got my longest bike ride coming up and longest long run. So I had a great long run over the weekend, and it was more sort of birthday celebration. So I've had a weekend of mainly just cake eating and drinking wine. Yeah, I know, I take my training quite seriously. So we need some downtime, relaxation time, and I've got a swim later today, and that's going to be quite intense, well, for me. And it's great. I mean, I just love the whole process. I love you guys interacting with me, and the training. As I say, I might not do any fancy edits or, you know, going out and panting and filming on location, shall we say, but I do enjoy giving the updates, and I think, you know, hopefully you're appreciating this in some way. I certainly like, it's almost like putting out my diary in a one and done way, rather than little bits each day, trying something different. So, and it's the same with the training, so it is getting more intense. As I say, 6 weeks to go. Well, if you want to be down to give me 5 weeks and 6 days, yeah, because obviously today being the Monday. Yeah, it's getting pedal on the metal, hitting it. As I say, that the longer runs I did, whilst the long run are easy runs, yeah, they are properly, you know, at low heart rate. You know, my math level, if those who do follow math, oh sorry if I swore to some of those who are watching, but zone 2 and below, really slow and easy. I was up in West Yorkshire, so I just went along the Route 66 canal there, and bumped into a couple of lads, and they were going at a similar pace-ish. They were going a bit slower, but then they saw me and then picked up the pace to keep up with me, even though I was going at my easy pace. Yeah, I find that quite interesting, that, you know, and you know, whether it's a male thing, they don't want to be beaten or whatever, but I found that it helped pass the distance. So they were with me for about 5 kilometers, 8 kilometers of my particular run. So I'd done about 25k, 26k. It was 2 hours. I'll go by time, 2 hours 15. I think this week is 2 hours 25. So I'll just go out. It's out and back, like on the canal. I'll probably go along the canal, depending on what the weather's like. So I'll look at my watch, go out. When it's reached half that particular time, I'll just turn around and run back, because I'm keeping the same pace. So that, in a nutshell, is my training. But when I was out on one of my training runs last week, I did come across some interesting wildlife. Really interesting wildlife. More to come, yeah. A bit like this little doggy who's running at me now. But hey, I was saying wildlife, not pets. So yes guys, wildlife, as, oh, don't know if you can see that. Speaking of wildlife, there goes that bird that eat the fish. I don't know which breed of that particular bird it is, but you get different sizes. Anyway, the wildlife that I saw, I do see some amazing wildlife, not just the goslings out on the canal. There's some duckling families as well, and some cygnets. There's the swans. There's a swan family on this, like further down on the canal, and they got 2 cygnets. But it's fantastic seeing all the wildlife here. But the other day I've been out on the run and literally just stepping off the canal, and you know when you see something and you're not expecting to see that, you know, it can shock you a bit. And I was quite shocked, so shocked I thought, wow, I've got to get a picture of this. And I was sort of fumbling along trying to get my camera out to get a picture of this particular wildlife, because I don't think I'll ever see anything like this again on one of my runs along the canal here on the other side. Because as you can see here, yeah, it's wonderful wildlife. But the particular animal that I saw, and it's just what happened as well when I saw this particular animal, is that so I literally just turned off the canal. I'm heading back up that trail where I was just filming the beginning part of this video, and this animal was running away from me, because a lot of animals, when they see humans, they run away, that's their instinct. But I'd stopped to get my camera out, and then this animal stopped as well, and it turned around and looked at me, and I'm thinking, oh, is it gonna come for me now? Thinking, whoa, you know, I'm bigger than him, as it was much bigger than me. And I thought, I'm still fumbling to get my mobile phone out to get a photo, and by the time it obviously knew what I was doing, because as soon as I got my camera out and I was about to take the photo, it darted into the woodland area. You're probably wondering what animal it was. Well, it was a full-grown deer. Yeah, it was huge. And yeah, when it turned and I saw the antlers, and I thought, no, please don't come and charge me, you know, because I don't know what else there was around me. There could have been, you know, like the younger deer. What's the name of a baby deer? Leave it in the comments below. There would have been some, there could have been some younger ones, and obviously if that's the mother, it would protect its young ones. And but I thought, nope, it just pootled off into the woodland area. But whilst I appreciate Cannock Chase, there's deer, which is, you know, about a couple of miles away from here. The fact that this one had drifted down to across a number of main roads and to the canal, I just found that it just looked out of place to me. Does that make sense? Have you ever seen any wildlife that's a bit out of place? A bit like was it a fish out of water? But yeah, so that was a pleasant surprise to me, and it did look, it looked so majestic. It seemed all in slow motion as well. I also get my camera on. Maybe I didn't get the photo in time because I was just in awe of the deer just standing there looking very proud, turning, looking at me, that I sort of hesitated, thinking, wow, it's almost like wanted to talk to me. Maybe it did, I just didn't understand, but hey. But right now I can hear, can you hear that? Songbirds up in the sky there. It's a beautiful chorus here, and it's just fantastic. I think with what's been happening over the past 18 months, we really need to keep in touch with nature. It helps us in so many ways, not just mentally but also physically. And you probably hear a lot, if you're on the social media, you hear a lot of talk about doing certain things that help with mental well-being. And for me, I only really need to give one pointer in terms of our mental well-being. Just do something you love and enjoy, you know, and that helps with your mental well-being. It ain't rocket science. It's a bit like training for a marathon. Don't do any long runs. Don't expect the marathon to be an easy ride. There's no real quick solutions. But coming out here in the beautiful weather, walking along the canal, water, birds singing, tweaking, whatever, it's fantastic. And that really sums up my this week's walk and talk on Monday the 7th of June. I hope you've appreciated this in some way. I really do appreciate you guys coming here and watching and commenting each week. So yeah, 6 weeks to go, or 5 weeks and 6 days to IronMan Stafford 70.3. Can't wait. And yeah, and I'll update you next week on, I've got a mammoth bike ride. I think it's almost 4 hours. If I can get 100k out of that in that time, that would be fantastic. Zone 2, there's some proper hardcore interval running sessions, and I think even a tempo running there somewhere. And as I said, for me, the longest long run that I would have done so far this year, I think almost 2.5 hours. So I'll update you next week on all that. Look forward to seeing you then. I'm going to continue enjoy this before I head back for my swim at lunchtime. Thank you again, and as I said at the beginning, with regards to all the birthday wishes that you all sent me, and it's just fantastic singing in that West End. Yeah, thank you very much, thank you very much, it's the nicest thing that anyone ever done for me. I really do appreciate each and every one of you watching, commenting, liking, whether it be here, other social media platforms, email, whatever. And yeah, the ebook is out. There's a bit of I've been held back in terms of mailing out. There's a whole bunch of new people who've signed up for the ebook, but don't panic. The ebook will be going out hopefully in the next few days. A link for you new guys who've signed up. If you haven't yet signed up, you can still sign up on the link in the description. I'm gonna go. Bye. Thank you. Love you all. Take care. Peace out. Yeah, mate.